Hi there guys, it's Matt from Carp from the Start. You joined me on my first ever carp fishing session and my first ever video to YouTube, so thanks for watching. I plan to bring you basically my carp fishing journey, so to speak, about the first ever carp fishing session, say going through all the numerous lakes around my area and obviously a few nicer lakes like where I am here at Sandhurst with Ed from the Carp Blog. Ed fished here last year I believe, and he was on the peg we're actually looking to be fishing on now, the island, and he did really well. He had a 30 and a couple of 20s. So we got here with big expectations, really trying to get on a decent swim, and lucky enough we have. We got here about 11:30 and had a quick walk around the lake and spoke to all the people on it at the moment. To be honest, it didn't sound too great, so they said there's only 6 fish come out since Friday, and the biggest was 32, so obviously there's a couple of nice fish coming out, but just not that many to be honest. And so yeah, as we're walking back round with our trolleys, we've seen someone have a nice 12.5 pound common, probably one of the smaller ones in here to be honest. But me and Ed had rods out first, as you do, and so if I'm getting line bites constantly, it's obviously a good sign. They must be fishing in the area if we're getting these indications. So yeah, it's fingers crossed, it's looking promising really. But me and Ed are both fully set up now. It's Sunday, as I said, and so I think about 3:30, so the weather's still really nice. It's still really sunny, not a cloud in the sky. Excuse me. And yeah, it's perfect conditions. We're looking out in front of us. The lake is flat, really nice, really nice lake. The first time I've ever been here, got no problems whatsoever. But say fingers crossed for a fish. I'll show you through my rigs and how I'm set up, because I'm fishing a little differently to Ed. I've got my left hand rod as a maggie liner, as a bite as we speak. Left hand rod is on white maggots on maggie liner, and I think the middle rod's on a bottom bait from PB Baits. Right hand rod's on a high vis pop up from PB Baits, and they seem to be really good. Them high vis pop ups, I've had numerous little lines and indications on them because they're very, very buoyant and giving off a nice tutti fruity smell as well. I think Ed's also got one of them on his chod rig, so we're both big expectations of them. They look the business to be honest. Next time I reel in, I'll show you my rigs and I'll walk through how I created them, because there wasn't actually that much on them by way of finding out how to set up the maggie liner rig. I couldn't see anyway on the internet, so hopefully I can walk you through that and say basically show you how to do that, because if you could, I could help anyone out. It'd be a good thing to be honest. So I'll bring these in probably the next half an hour or so, and basically walk you through how I set them up. Hi there guys, I'll just quickly run through my maggie liner rig that I'm using on my middle rod. This is actually for the white maggots, because I've got 2 variations. I was going to maybe switch up with a red and a white, but at the moment I'm just using the white. Basically start off from the main line, it goes straight onto an attached inline quarter safe zone leader, and this goes straight through to one of the already built in big eyes which they've got on the leaders, which comes in very handy to be honest. And then from the leader it goes straight through onto the lead, and I've got a quarter inline lead here. I believe this is 3 ounce, and that just sits nicely into the swivel itself. Sorry. Then on the leader I've got a big old swivel here which runs onto my 25 pound jelly wire braid, which is stripped down probably about 3 inches from the hook, which is here, which is actually the mounting component of the maggie liner rig. It's the hook, which is actually on the bend, is covered by a plastic maggot, I believe from Enterprise. Now the hook I'm using for this is actually a curved shank hook. I believe it's the Fox Amma SSBP. Now it's only a size 8. Now I know Ed will probably have a go at me if using a size 8, but basically I'm only using 2 maggots on the hook at the moment, so I thought I'd just see what's out there, see if I can get any bites or anything with a size 8. If I keep getting pestered by smaller fish, I'll move up to a size 6. So basically what happens is, it's basically similar to a helicopter rig. My line fixes onto the swivel, which sits like that. This is free to spin around, obviously given the name of the helicopter rig. I've got a Fox sleeve which comes down and actually sits on top of the lead, just for security purposes really of the lead. I don't want the actual helicopter rig come flying up the leader, but if it does get snagged in the weed, it will come available pretty easily. The only difference I can actually see between a normal helicopter rig, and correct me if I'm wrong, and this maggie liner rig is pretty much obviously the maggot on the hook and where you're placing the the PVA bag with the maggot in. Now on with the quarter leaders, as I said earlier, you do get the big eye, and that comes in very useful actually with the Magaliner rig. Now as you can see, I'll try and focus that for you. You've got the big eye on the bottom of the leader, which sits through the actual lead itself. Now what you want to do is you want to get your PVA bag and don't tie it as normal. Now this is full of white maggots. Now don't tie it as you would normal or string it onto your actual rig. What you want to do is you want to thread it through the eye of the actual leader. Then once you've threaded it through, sorry about this, I'll try and show you. It's a bit fiddly because the PVA I'm using has not been snipped properly at the end. So yeah, it's on there like that. Now you want to just go around, simple overhand knot and tight, and that's it like that. Now it's not the best bag in the world because I've had this one sitting by my side for a minute now, but I'll just clip the end of this off, bear with me. Yep, so that snipped off like that, and what it looks like now in practice is we've got the C.F.T.S leader running through to the lead onto a helicopter rig with the Magaliner separately and the PVA bag on the bottom with the filled with white maggots. Now what you want to do is you want to hook your maggots, I'd say preferably only 2 or 3. That's probably what's the general consensus is with the Magaliner rig. You don't want to overfill the actual hook with maggots itself. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting it onto 2 on the hook at the moment, but be careful not to pierce the actual maggots itself, because that they will actually there's liquid in them which will dissolve your bag. So be careful not to hook the maggots into just hook them through the head as you would normal, and be careful when you put them onto the actual bag itself, because like I say, if you pierce any maggots in the bag, it will dissolve your bag, sort of thing. So just hook it onto the end of your bag. Be careful not to hook any maggots itself, and that's on like that. And that's what your rig should look like. Is you've got your jelly white 25 pound running straight through to a curve shank hook, your Magaliner basically acting as shrink tube and by itself, and this pretty much in Sandhurst is the key, is to just chuck it out as far as possible. There's no really spots which we've identified, so just going to chuck this out as far as possible, and yeah, hope to show the results.